ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. اللهم أنزل سكينتك علينا في هذا البلد وبلاد المسلمين في كل مكان. اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام فعلينا بالسلام. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Éternel, notre Père Tout-Puissant, je vous remercie d'avoir illuminé notre être intérieur comme vous avez illuminé notre être extérieur par la lumière matinale de vos bienfaits. Bénis ce jour, ce 21 octobre 2011, et que l'Éternel Tout-Puissant envoie son ange, son esprit dans cette maison et que tout se passe en paix. Et ceci au nom de Jésus-Christ. Amen.
Thank you very much. So I think now we will go outside, raise the flag.
I'm so glad to be here for my own country, La Guinea. I'm so happy to represent La Guinea like I'm Guinean. I call my sisters and my niece. This is my group, the Jeli Kunda group, because I'm Griot. I'm a Jeli Guinea, so my company name Jeli Kunda Company. My sister, my niece, and us extra.
Okay.
So thank you very much. To enjoy, and we're gonna come back. Do you enjoy it? You like it? Thank you.
My name is Doso Kasimu. I'm the current chairman of the North African Commission. And we started to host this event in collaboration with Kanti Yeme. I don't know where she's sitting in the back, but she should be here in the front. But please, can you have a seat in the front? With a stretcher right here. And then Miss Guinea. Before I go too long about my little speech as the chairman of the North African Commission, I just want to recognize wonderful individuals who make this day possible. And some people behind the scene like Michael Gray. Michael Gray, can you stand up? Go and see. Michael Gray, originally from Liberia. This is a brother from another mother. And then working behind the scene, it doesn't get too much credit. but there is a one that really pushing everything forward for us. And then Michael will take me for my social service. Is the Chief of Staff of the Council President and Payne Jr. You guys know the Payne Senior, the one who really leading all this stuff in Africa, and you have his son here. It's a blessing that the city of Newark is offering. You know, the city of Newark is a wonderful place. It's great of history. And then I remember, everybody remember Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln came here in Newark. He came here, he's walking on the Broad Street. So it's not by accident that the African Commission is born in Newark. And then we do have a wonderful, wonderful person that are helping everything possible. I just want to say thank you for Dr. Kalfani for coming. He's the director of the African Institute, also the chair of the Education Committee of the African Commission. Imam Belete, thank you for coming. David Zeken for your prayer, thank you. And then I want to say thank you to Freeholder Mohammed Jallo for coming. Council President Nape Jr., thank you for coming. Honorable Ziyad Fatin, this is our brother, he's representing the mayor, he's a director of the Newark Fire Department. Every program we ever had, he's always been there. So I just don't know how we can thank him, but this is somebody everybody should know. Brother, thank you so much for all you do. Now we're going to take you to Africa. That's what we're going to do next time. And I want to thank also Ture Almami Barbara, His Excellency. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you here. Madam Koita Haja Aminata, thank you so much from Washington, D.C., representing the ambassador. And then the Newark Municipal Council member, the Mayor's Press Office, David Lippman, and everybody else. And then the Newark African Commission was Marcy Phillips. She's now run. But I want to say Yvonne Nadu and everybody else who is behind. I want to say thank you for coming for Mariama. Mariama, can you stand up? This is actually a GM which I met at the White House. She's an intern at the White House. And she hosted a very excellent program. But I'll tell you more in details. See somebody you need to know. Well, without further ado, I will call here my brother, Reverend Morrison, for the American National Anthem. Please be standing.
Life, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Celebration. Good afternoon, everybody. How is everybody doing? All right, Ashe. I want to thank Brother Doso for asking me to join you here today. I want to thank all the dignitaries for joining us, because I know this is such an important opportunity for us to come together as people of African descent. As the director of the Africana Institute, I like to always take the opportunity to connect with my brothers and sisters from wherever we are. Because we have to realize that we are all family. We are all connected. And it's up to us to understand our connection. Our connections stem from something that is so great that we sometimes miss how great our connections are. Our connections are connected all the way down from our feet, down to the sole of the bottom of our feet, through the soil down to the center of the earth and back up to wherever you're standing. So there is never an opportunity or a chance for us to be unconnected. But it's our responsibility to realize that the core of the earth, the thing that draws us to the bottom, that we stand here, that we call gravity, that pulls us together, is the thing that connects us as African people. And yes, we are all Africans. It doesn't matter if you're from Jamaica, if you're from Haiti, if you're from the United States, or if you're from Trinidad, or if you're from Guinea, or if you're from Ghana, or if you're from South Africa. We are all Africans. Amen? Ashe, and all the other greetings that you got. We are all Africans. We need to understand that at the core of our being, that our greatness resonates when we recognize the power of understanding that we are connected. If we allow ourselves to be disconnected, our greatness goes out, but it's waiting for us. The ancestors have been calling us, and so they call me here to call you to connect with them so that we understand the greatness that is here today. This is a great opportunity for us to connect, because some people pour alcohol, I pour water, because water is the spirit, the thing that runs through us and makes that fine connection. It's the cycle that is there. And so we pour water for libations. And as we pour the water, I ask you just to say Ashe, or whatever it is that you would like to say, but I typically say Ashe. Libations is an opportunity for us to connect with the ancestors. And so wherever we all do this, whether you're in Newark, Los Angeles, or in somewhere on the continent, somewhere in the islands, we all pour libations. Some of us know what it is and some of us don't, but we do it anyway. So we must all reconnect with our understanding of what it is and how great we are as a people. And so those folks who came thousands and thousands of years ago, do you know in fact that they just found some relics of some Africans in South Africa that is 130,000 years old? Some paint that some brothers and sisters were using 130,000 years ago. So we know that we've been doing great things. We didn't just jump out of the bush as some people would like you to think. We've been doing great things for thousands of years. Ashe? Ashe. We have been creating greatness for thousands of years. Ashe? Ashe. The greatness that we have must be understood, that we have to recreate that greatness so that the young folks who come after us will know that the greatness that came before them is still embedded within us today. Ashe? Ashe. We need to make sure that these rooms are filled up with the youth, because the youth are the ones who are going to continue the things that you all do, the things that we all do. The youth are the ones who come from and still have that tight connection with the ancestors. They say that the ancestors, that the youth connect with the elders in ways that sometimes people in the middle don't understand, because the youth are coming from where the elders are headed. And so there's this bond between the youth and the elders that helps us to understand that we are connected, not just in place to place, but in space and time. Ashe? Ashe. That we understand that brothers and sisters on the continent created some things, whether it was in ancient Kemet writing systems. We've been writing for thousands of years. We've been documenting what we do for thousands of years, and we have to realize we have to reclaim Kemet, because they've tried to take Egypt or Kemet out of Africa. They've tried, if you look at any museum, they would show you that Kemet is somewhere else outside of it, and the Greeks called it Egypt, but Africans called it Kemet. So for those of you who don't know, Kemet is Egypt, which is actually part of Sudan and all other parts of that northeastern part of Africa. And so all of those connected pieces are things that we need to understand the connections. We need to understand the connections of the Akan to those in ancient Kemet, because the Akan say that that's where they came from. And so that these migration patterns that led to Africans being in places where we are today, that we have these names that we use today, that most of this is a modern invention. That before the 1884-85 Berlin Conference, that we as African people had different configurations. We had different ideas about where we belong, where our nation states were, but we always knew that we were Africans. Ashe? And then we have these brothers and sisters who speak different languages, but the languages aren't things that can push us apart. Because we know that even in the source of our dietary things, the things that we eat, the ways we dance. If you saw the sisters dancing here, that dance is done all over the place. I just saw a documentary where it was in the Honduras, in South America. They're dancing like the sisters were dancing here today, showing that connection between Africa and Africans in the diaspora. Ashe? So we know that whatever we need to do, we need to think about our spiritual, our physical, and all the ways that we connect together. That we need to understand that there's nothing that anyone can do to separate us, because the binding factor is within our greatness. And the other thing we want to realize is that the ways in which we're connected is also through the legacy of those who went in either the Arab slave trade or in the Africans, the European slave trade. So that those brothers and sisters who died in those passages, they are the ones that are waiting for us to bring about the greatness that they envisioned. They envisioned moving beyond something that was torturous and oppressive to something that was great. They aspired to be able to read, write, and create in ways that it's our responsibility to create. We are the ones that they were waiting for, Ashe. They were waiting for us to think outside the box. They want us to create our pyramids for today. What are the pyramids today that Guinean, that South Africa, that Africans in America and in Jamaica and wherever, what are the pyramids that we're making today that people are going to be looking at 10,000, 3,000, 4,000 years down the line? What are they going to be looking at then that says that we were here today doing great things? Ashe? Because we know how to do it, because they gave us the intellect. They gave us the insight on how to do it. And so we must just call upon those great things that we've already done so that we can continue to do that which we've done in the past. And once we understand that we have the ability to do that which was great in the past, again, that we will succeed in all the things that we were succeed in. We will no longer have conflict, because our conflict comes from someplace else. We need to not let someone else dictate the terms of our relationships, because those dictations create conflict and tension, and so we haven't been able to excel in the way we want to. But if we rely on the greatness of who we are and the foundation that connects us from the core of the earth back up to the present, then we will have that. Ashe? And last but not least, I want to say that let us today call here today those who you know who are the ones who are your ancestors, who are our ancestors, who are bringing our greatness here and are helping us to do the things that we need to do. We need to call their names. So let me hear you call their names out. Come on. Ashe. No, you don't understand. We have got to call their names. If you don't call their names, they do not hear us. Call their names out. Let me hear you call their names. Ashe. 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 Let them hear you. Bring their spirit here today. Ashe. Let that flag rain out, and so that they see it all the way out to California. Let them feel the power of who you are right here, right now, today. Ashe. 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 Yes, Ashe. Ashe. And for all those whose names have not been named, we say Ashe. 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 Thank you very much.
Right, we will move toward the program again. I want to call up Honorable Fatim Zihad, Director of Newark Fire Department, representing the Mayor.